What's up, everybody? So real quick, I wanted to talk about the new Scream 7 news. There's a new director that's been officially announced. It's no longer Radio Silence, and Christopher Landon is going to be coming in, taking over directing duties for Scream 7. In case you didn't know, Christopher Landon is the director of Happy Death Day, Happy Death Day 2, Freaky, We Have a Ghost, that was a new movie on Netflix, Paranormal Activity Marked Ones, I think, or one of the Paranormal Activity movies, one I hated. And he also directed my favorite movie of his, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, which is a super underrated zombie film. If you have not seen that, you should check that out. So he has officially been announced to come in and direct Part 7 of Scream. I don't know what happened to Radio Silence. I don't know if they don't want to direct another one. I can't imagine that they wouldn't want to. I don't know if they had some sort of creative differences. They're going a different direction, or it was a money thing. Who knows? I have no idea. Maybe they just want fresh blood in. I'm kind of a little frustrated that we keep bringing in these directors that do these, I don't know, movies that don't feel like Scream directors. Like Christopher Landon does not seem like a pick to me to do Scream just because Scream has comedy in it. That's not the style of filmmaking he really does. And there's so many other directors out there that we could pick, but I guess Christopher Landon could do a good Scream film. So back to Radio Silence real quick. In my opinion, I'm not the hugest fan of where Radio Silence has taken the Scream series. I am a huge Scream fan. I love all the Screams, especially Scream 4, especially Scream 2. And so I did not like Scream 5. I liked it in theaters enough. I think that they captured the tone okay, what Wes Craven could do. But upon rewatch, I really didn't like that movie. And the writing is just, unfortunately, really bad. The characters are bad. And there's just so much that does not make any sense. So many plot holes, so many things that I find myself constantly thinking, why? This just doesn't make any sense. This is not Scream. Scream 6 in theaters, I thought the opening was absolutely fantastic. I thought it was more reminiscent of the older Screams. I thought the way that they brought in the guy from Linkin Park to do a song for it and the opening kill and everything was really great. And I enjoyed the movie for the most part in theaters, even though I had a lot of issues with it. I just tried to watch it again the other night for the second time, and I just found myself the same thing going, these are things that are just for the audience. The other Screams had like hidden things that were there for you to discover or were supposed to be things that the killers were doing that were thought out behind the scenes, like the killer, who's under the mask, like who's killing somebody at that time. And these new films, it's just like, I know which killer is in which place. And I know that that's not them under the mask. And I keep thinking, like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? That's just for the audience. And there's a bunch of writing that unfortunately just keeps taking me out of the film. And I just really, I don't know, I'm really disappointed where the series is going. And it's hard because I really love Scream. I think Ghostface is brutal in this last movie, and it could have been so good, but there's just so much that is so annoying and so bad about it the more I watch it and the more I think about it. And it's, you can say, oh, turn your brain off, but Scream is not just a turn your brain off movie. It's meant to be a little bit self-aware, a little bit meta, and maybe sure a little bit, like you ignore some of the things, but it's just gone to the point where it's become slapstick and characters survive things that they can't survive. So a new director to me is good news. Unfortunately, Christopher Landon can go one of two ways. He can go Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, which I really hope we get that, because that's, sure, it's a different movie, but there's comedy mixed with violence, mixed with some good practical effects, gore, some actually like raunchy comedy, some adult humor that really blends well to give us an R-rated comedy horror film. And the more he's progressed into these PG-13 horror films, while I enjoy Happy Death Day, it's not Scream. And Freaky is not Scream. If we get a Freaky that's Scream, this like PG-13 movie that they somehow like cut to be an R film, that doesn't feel like an R film at all. It doesn't feel like a slasher film. I don't think it's a very good film personally. You might have fun with it, but that's not Scream. And so if we get a Freaky style Scream, I think it's going to suck. But if we can get a little bit of back to his roots, get a nice blend of some real gore, some real R-rated horror with some self-aware Scream writing and a little bit of that humor and style that he brings. So I think he's really good at writing characters. I think he's good at writing humor And I think that he's a good screenwriter, but I just don't think that as he's progressed into these PG-13 movies, I feel like he's lost a little bit of that like edge. And I hope that we can get a little bit of that back. If we can get a Scream with like the best of both worlds from him, I think that that could be really good news. But ultimately, I almost wish that it was just somebody else, give somebody else a chance. I don't know. So what do you guys think about this new news? What do you guys think about Christopher Landon in general? Were you huge fans of Radio Silence? Were you super disappointed? Are you out there like me kind of not liking where the series is going, but you still have hopes for Scream because you're a huge fan and you don't think it's just like jump the shark at this point and you really want to see it get back to its roots? Or are you just like, I don't care, whatever, it's Ghostface and blood? Just tell me what you guys think. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.